YouTube, what's up? Welcome back to a Kit Bash Customs video. In this one I have my Black Series Chewbacca that I custom painted. I wanted mine to look more like his original color, not just that brown, I don't even know what a brown is no more. Not just that basic brown he was painted. It was terrible to me. Because Chewy, I know he had a really ombre look to him. Like he would go from like dark to tan to dark to tan. In certain areas were tan and some areas were blonde. And I just wanted mine to look better. Do I have his gun? I have his gun around here somewhere. Here it is. Here's his bowcaster. I didn't mess with this. The paint on this is already pretty good. But I just wanted to paint it up. Let me get this gun in his hand really quick. I didn't know how it goes. I just wanted to paint it up just to see if I could do it, really. Because I got the 40th Han and I got him. I got my class of 77 and some extras, so I'm sorry if I'm off camera. I'm trying to get the bowcaster in his hand. But yeah, I got my class of 77 and some extras, so here's my custom Chewy, custom repainted Chewbacca. It was a no-brainer for me. Like, it was going to happen. It had to happen because, like I said, I wasn't happy with the brown. But my process was I put a heavy wash on it initially. Extremely heavy wash. And I let the wash dry. I didn't wipe it off or anything. I think I put 2 coats of a wash on it. I put 2 coats of a wash on it and let it dry. And then I took some, this is some wood color. Some Model Masters wood. And I just dry brush. I looked at a few reference pictures. I found a good picture of Chewy from the 70s. Or the suit from the 70s, I should say. I found a good picture of it and gave me a lot of reference to how I should paint it. And I found some pictures from the back too. Because Chewbacca in the movies, he's not one solid color. That's what made me repaint it. He goes from, like I said, dark to light. Like around his face is kind of like, his face is just like I painted it. It's not too light, but it's not dark. So I painted the top dark. And then as he gets to his beard or his neck hair, I went really tan. And then he has this interesting thing where his arms are dark all the way up to his elbows. And then the middle of his chest is tan again. And as you get lower to his crotch area and his waist, it's tan. And then the top of his legs are dark. Top of his legs are dark again. And then by the time you get to his feet, it's all tan or blonde. I've been saying tan this whole time. It's all blonde next to his feet, and then his hands are the same way. So his paint is really interesting, and I thought that was pretty interesting when I started. When I started doing it, I thought it was pretty interesting too. Because I thought, I always thought, without looking at reference pictures, I always thought his paint was all just, what's the word I'm looking for here? I thought his paint was all just tan on his arms and his feet. I didn't realize that the tan went in those places, it was pretty cool to see. It was pretty cool to see it like that, and it was pretty cool to execute it as well, because I think I executed it pretty well. Like I've had people tell me, like when they saw it, they thought it was a figure art, which is kind of crazy too to me, because this is literally just some wash and a dry brush. But the figure art has the paint. The figure art has the paint like this, like it's supposed to be. So, I mean, I could kind of see where people were coming from. But yeah, I had a few people tell me that. A couple people tell me they thought it was a figure art. Like one of my homies, Chevy Two on Instagram, he told me the same thing. When he first saw it, he thought it was a figure art. That's why he didn't tell me anything. He didn't realize until I posted another picture that it was a Black Series. But yeah, as far as articulation goes, nothing rubs, and like I didn't paint the joint. It's kind of on me, but I figured you wouldn't see that anyway, depending on the shot you take. But that's the color he was. He was that brown color, and it was terrible. Articulation is the same. Doesn't really rub. You can do all the swivels and everything like Chewy does. The same on the elbows. Same on the elbows and the waist and everything. Nothing rubs. This figure didn't articulate like that in the first place, so painting it was a no-brainer. Even on the shoulders, it doesn't rub on the shoulders, as you can see. I'm going up with it, and there's no rub on either side. Articulation goes that high. The head doesn't rub on the head of the chest because the head doesn't really move anyway. The head barely moves, so didn't have to worry about that. I didn't have to worry about paint rub on this or the troopers I painted, because the troopers have black in the joint. So it's just, unless you're doing a full repaint, you don't really have to worry about that. But Chewy has pretty good space on his joints and everything, so it was pretty fun to paint. It was pretty fun to do. I think this was my first Black Series repaint too. I did it after this. I did some troopers. And I did a Protocol Droid 3-0 from the comics. Before they announced it, and I don't know why I always do that, because usually when I paint a custom, Hasbro will announce it like literally the next month. It happened to me with Punk Storm. It happened to me with Jim Lee Cyclops, Jim Lee Wolverine, X-Force Deadpool, X-Force Wolverine. He hasn't been announced yet, but he will be. Trust me. A few figures I painted, I'm like, cool, I finally got the way I want it, and then Hasbro's like, oh, that's coming out next. So, there's that. But I digest. This figure came out really dope with the little bit of stuff that I did to it. And I guarantee you I didn't do much, but he came out pretty sick to me. He looks good next to Han. Oh, wow. Fumble. He looks really good next to Han. Like, they look pretty good together. And this 40th Han is pretty sick. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this Chewbacca in the comments. If you like it, if you don't. Thanks for watching.